Good day, everyone. This is Pineleaf Needles, and welcome to DDO Players News, where we take a look at the latest news in DDO and on the tabletop. And please welcome my co-host from Ravenloft, Dracula.
Hey, everybody. How's it going?
Hello, Drac. How are things going up on the top of Ravenloft?
Now that I'm not choking, very well. Very
All right. So you should not get your blood from the tavern.
That's right. And if you want to know what I'm talking about, you'll have to download the audio version of this because I am going to put that as an outtake at the end of the episode.
Ooh.
Now
let's look into game news, and we'll begin with Update 35 Patch 1, where they have changed one or two items.
Champions, for one thing. They fixed an issue that prevented some enemies from becoming champions.
Oh, what enemies were those?
I'm not sure what it was, but, I'm thinking that's just what we need is more champions.
Yes.
Just saying. Also, they did some work on the Riding the Storm Out raid. Some monster hit points have been reduced, and some monsters have been rebalanced. They also fixed an issue with the sheltered effect. So there was a little problem with the raid, sorted that out, I guess. Haven't seen anybody really complain after they made these changes. So apparently it's good.
I think I heard rumors that there were one or two complaints before they made the changes.
Yes, there was. And one or two is being very nice, finally. Being very nice about that. And then also the Druid and the Artificer pet enhancements will now work properly again. Ooh, sound effects and all. There you go. I didn't know what to say there. You kind of scared me for a second. And also, new Update 35 monsters are now reflected in their proper monster manuals. So yay, kills actually count now for your monster manuals.
Oh, for most of us, improper, we mean they were appearing what you killed a dragon, it would appear in the kobold monster manual.
Yeah. That would be kind of funny, actually. Really, it would. Well, never mind. I was going to say something, but never mind. I'll be nice. And then they did some work on the Dragonborn as well. They corrected the Dragonborn animation when using Eldritch Blast. Yay for that. Thank you. I was tired of looking really weird when I was using my blast, so now it actually works correctly.
Because you're playing a warlock then.
Yes, yep, I am. Fixed an issue where Dragonborn charging rune arms did not animate properly. Female Dragonborns will now properly strafe run, and the Dragonborn will show cosmetic eye effects. Why would dragons need cosmetic eye effects? That's what I want to know.
New idea.
And then the last fix was Warlocks will no longer see a placeholder text during character creation.
There was a placeholder text there?
Apparently, I never paid close attention because I've made several Warlocks and I don't ever recall seeing a placeholder text. So I guess I don't pay that close attention when I'm creating a character, but it's fixed now. So yay.
Okay. Then let's head to the Festival of the Traveler, which I have been assiduously ignoring, I guess.
You and everybody else. Oh, did I say that out loud? I'm sorry. Pay no attention to what I just said. Standing Stone Games. Yes, now through April 2nd, Festival of the Traveler has returned. If you've been in the marketplace, you might have noticed some lag. There you go. That's why it's lagging. Because people are hunting for hidden Easter eggs. So there you go. It's just a weird festival. It really is. I did it like 1 year, and I'm like, this is not very fun and kind of weird. So I just...
it is the one that I'm thinking of that I might have done
basically
3 years ago.
Basically what you do is you go to the store and you buy tokens of the Traveler, and then you give those to the guy that's standing by the airship spire in the marketplace, and he gives you a blessing of the Traveler, and then you can run around the marketplace and find hidden Easter eggs. And then,
it sounds familiar. If I remember correctly, I think I got 2 free ones or something like that, which I used.
Yes. Yep. There was, I'm trying to think, I can't remember when they gave some free ones out, but yes. At one time you did get some free ones, now you have to buy them. And then you just...
You have to buy the free ones?
No, not... that would be funny, actually. That really would be kind of funny. And then, you hand those in, you get the blessing, you go find Easter eggs, the more Easter eggs to find, the better rewards you'll get, yada, 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 rinse and repeat. It's just kind of weird. But it's back till April 2nd if you want to do it.
Both of you.
I'm trying to think of something nice to say and I can't, so we should just move on.
Okay, let's head into the store. Sales are, let me guess, they are selling Easter egg enhancement.
You would think they would. The special bonus of Easter egg finding, but no. There are some good stuff this week, though. 25% off True Hearts of Wood, all lesser Hearts of Wood, Quest XP elixirs, healing items, and the ever-popular Spell Point potions. The free sample of our week through March 30th is the long-lasting potion of 10 magical resistance. You will get 5 of those potions when you use the coupon code LLPM Resist. LLPM Resist.
Long-lasting potion of magical
resist. It makes sense, but I'm disappointed in the coupon code this week. They've been awesome so far. That one, not so good.
Like, resistance is futile?
Wrong game, but sure. we can go with that.
Okay. Let's see what's coming in from the dungeon then. And Goodman Games partners with WotC to bring a hardcover collector's editions of classic D&D modules. Now, when they're saying this, wouldn't that mean that they'll just be first edition modules? And if you're not going to you'll have a lot of trouble bringing those into your 5th edition game, wouldn't you?
They are going to update them. Yay! Yeah, this was pretty exciting news, and this came yesterday afternoon. Goodman Games had their What's New with Goodman Games seminar at GaryCon, and this was one of the things they announced. As you said, they are partnering up with Wizards of the Coast, and they are going to publish the deluxe collector's editions of classic adventure modules. Try that again. Words are hard, folks. These commemorative editions will appeal to fans of Dungeons & Dragons across multiple editions, and each volume will include digitally restored, high-quality scans of the original 70s-era adventure modules presented in their original published form. But, of course, they are going to be updated for 5th edition. The first 2 that are coming our way will be B1, The Search for the Unknown, and B2, of course, The Keep on the Borderlands.
Yeah, so this is because The Search for the Unknown is one, if I remember correctly, used to be put inside of box sets. The very first box set included that one.
Yes, it did, because that's actually how I played Keep on the Borderlands for the first time.
And Keep on the Borderlands is a weird one.
It is a weird one. It's really fun, though. I'd love to see DDO do Keep on the Borderlands sometimes. That would be amazing if they could do that. And Nightfine in our chat is saying, both great adventures. And you are correct, sir. They are very good adventures. But as I said, these are going to be completely updated to 5e. And they are going to be playable with the original maps. If you would wish to use the original maps, you may do so, or you can use the new scans of the maps. So if you happen to have these modules, you can use your original stuff and play them as well. And it's also going to feature some new 5e content, providing additional detail on the areas surrounding the Caves of Chaos, including, at long last, everybody has been waiting for this. At least I know I have. The Cave of the Unknown. We're actually going to be able to go inside the Cave of the Unknown.
Oh, hold on. If they allow us to go into the Cave of the Unknown, wouldn't it become known?
Logic, Pineleaf. Logic. So look for these available. Where else? Gen Con 2017. And the general release will be in September of this year. So a little wait for these. And they kind of hinted during the seminar, from what I was reading on Twitter, because I was kind of watching people that were there tweeting what they were talking about. Because alas, I couldn't go to GaryCon. That's really sad for me. But anyway, maybe one year. They did kind of hint at these are just the first 2 in a series of many. So we'll see. And Brack Barefeet in our chat room is rolling his eyes at you for your logic there, Pilot. You can't win them all, Pine Leaf. You can't win them all, sir.
Let's then head into Pathfinder Online. What, you mean it's actually going to come online?
I know, it's amazing, right? And in the post I put up, I tongue-in-cheekly said, from the "it's not quite dead yet" file. Yeah, do you remember, it's been probably about a half a year ago, we kind of talked about how Pathfinder Online, the development wasn't going so well, and it was slowly dying. Well, not so fast. Paizo CEO Lisa Stevens wrote an extensive letter to the Kickstart backers and the Pathfinder Online community about the future of the game. She says they did an independent analysis, and through that, it was determined that the game needs to find its niche, but that it would be unlikely that any major player on the MMO scene would be interested in finishing development or publishing the title. So as a result, Paizo has decided to move forward with it and do it themselves. And they've set a lofty goal for themselves as well. They are going to try to complete the game within the next year. Her letter goes on to lay out the full roadmap, as she calls it, for some of the most crucial features that have been released. And some of those include territorial control, opt-in PvP, more content, some AI improvements, and much, much more. So you can click over on the DDO Players article and actually read the full roadmap. But yeah, shockingly, Pathfinder Online is still around, and it will come out. They're shooting for this year, so we'll see.
All right. Now, since Pathfinder is based on 3.5, I know it diverged from it.
Right.
Are there going to be some similarities then between Pathfinder Online and DDO, or have they done a completely different take? We'll find out in 6 months. Or
yeah, I guess we'll find out. I was trying to find some actual like video gameplay from earlier builds, and I couldn't find any. All I can find is like pictures and stuff. And I don't know. I just got to say the game looks like really, really ugly. But I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but that's just my opinion. Like I said, I haven't actually tried it, haven't played it. I'm assuming at some point maybe there might be a beta or something. I know it was a Kickstart project, so you might have had to go into the Kickstart to get in beta, but we'll see. Ninth One in our chat is saying, I'm sure everything will perfectly follow that very well-structured roadmap. Smiley face.
Yeah, an MMO following its roadmap.
And Gumsgang is saying that it is very different from DDO. It is a sandbox open world PvP MMO.
In other words, exactly what I don't want to play.
Exactly. In other words, the title, White Leaf, will never install. So you don't have to clear room on the old SSD for that one, White Leaf.
Okay.
But yeah, shockingly, Pathfinder Online, if you're interested, it's going to come out this year, supposedly. So, I mean, good luck to Paizo, and, you know, my hat's off for them for just not killing the project, which I know a lot of companies probably would do, but they got a lot of guts to actually try to do this themselves. And Lisa Stevens did say in her roadmap letter that it is a very small team.
Yeah. So
we'll see how it goes. So good luck, Paizo, with your Pathfinder Online MMO.
Very well, then. Let's then head into Lankamar. And what's this, a Kickstarter for it?
It's a Kickstarter for it. It is for Dungeon Crawl Classics. It is a boxed set. That's right. They are bringing the legendary world that, of course, Fritz Lieber, had to create. Now, I'm sure you probably read some of the Fritz Lieber books. I'm guessing, probably. Of all people, do not let me down and say you have never read a Fritz Lieber book.
I don't think I have.
Pine Leaf. You're
I'm sorry. Me. The Grey Mouser is going to come after me, right?
That's right. That's right, because the Grey Mouser will be included in this. But yes, Goodman Games, under official license from the estate of Fritz Lieber, is publishing the Lankamar campaign setting for the Dungeon Crawl Classics role-playing game. It is going to be a full box set with all of the characters, heroes, villains, places, etc., that you could find in the Fritz Lieber Lankmeyer series of books. So if you ever wanted to bring those into Dungeon Crawl Classics, you will have your chance. And the Kickstarter is up and running now. It pretty much, I should have actually paid closer attention to see this Kickstarter, but I got a press release on this. And by the time I opened the press release email, I read it, I clicked on the Kickstarter link, the thing was funded already.
Right.
So it pretty much funded almost instantaneously.
Well, they said in hours is what their update says.
I don't think it took hours, but okay.
Maybe it took them hours to check on it.
Yeah, because I pretty much, as soon as I got that, because I happened to be home, so as soon as I got that press release, I'm saying it took about a half hour, because there might have been a half-hour gap in between when I got the email and I looked at the Kickstarter, and it was funded, and I'm like, seriously? But yeah, but I knew it was going to be exciting because everybody likes the Grey Master, everybody loves the Fritz Lieber books, so there you have it. And if you've never played Dungeon Crawl Classics, it's an awesome, awesome RPG. It is very hardcore, though, and it is like a throwback to the good old 1E days, to where you could die just by blowing your nose, basically.
Yeah, that sounds like 1E days.
Yeah. The thing I like best about Dungeon Crawl Classics is if you're a spellcaster, you actually have to roll to see if your spell fails. And if it fails, you have to roll to see what effect happens. So like you could maybe you're casting Fireball and your Fireball fizzles or something, but maybe instead of quite all the way fizzling, it kind of rolls back and it sets you on fire instead. That could happen, and it has happened to me in DCC. So keep that in mind. But yeah, this is just awesome that they're bringing this. So Goodman Games is at it again with the Dungeon Crawl Classics Lankmeyer box sets. Up on Kickstarter now. You got 29 days to go.
Very well. Now, and I heard that you once said you'd really love to see Planescape come back.
I did. I said this many, many times. And it may be happening. Might be.
Maybe.
We have no idea. Something really weird is going on. Beamdog, of course, they are a video game developer, publisher, and distributor. They have done such amazing titles as the Baldur's Gate Enhanced Edition, Baldur's Gate 2 Enhanced Edition, Icewind Dale Enhanced Edition, and the Baldur's Gate Siege of Dragonspear. So, they sent out a very, very cryptic tweet at the end of last week. All the tweet said was, countdown to plan your escape today. And then it linked to a site called planescape.com.
Which, of course, if you go one letter later to separate the two.
Exactly. You have Planescape.
Yes.
So if you go to planescape.com, you will get a black page with a countdown timer.
Right.
And
20 hours.
Exactly. Currently, it's at 20 hours, 10 minutes, and 42 seconds. What they're counting down to, nobody knows. But to make it even a little more cryptic, Wizards of the Tweet, that's funny. Wizards of the Coast tweeted that a countdown timer was recently brought to our attention. Planescape, ? Anybody know what that's about? And then they link to planescape.com. So yeah, I don't know. But I'm saying all signs are pointing to Planescape Torment Enhanced Edition is on the way, is my logical guess. Because Beamdog the president of Beamdog has talked about his love of the Planescape RPG, and he has stated in the past he would love to do an enhanced edition of it. So we'll see. So basically Tuesday, we'll know. In 20 hours from now, we will know the answer. You can go over to ddoplayers.com, and you betcha I'll be talking about it, and I'll have a post up. And I know some people are speculating that it's going to be the enhanced edition and also Planescape is going to come for 5e. I'm not going to go that far and say they're going to bring it to 5e. I'm just going to say
you mean that's not going to be our next plot line?
Yeah, no. It's just going to be the enhanced edition computer game, which is awesome. So we'll see what happens. Stay tuned, as they say.
Good. All we need to do now is to go to Middle Earth, right?
And we can do that because the road is going ever on for the adventures of Metal.
Ever on, but not the Eberron, right?
Oh my God, I just cannot talk tonight. Yeah, I have renamed Middle Earth to Metal Earth because metal. And too bad this is not a video podcast because I was throwing the devil's horns there. People laugh. I know they are. So yes, the road goes ever on. Of course, as I said, this is for the Adventures in Middle Earth, the Dungeons and Dragons 5e wonderful game where you can bring Tolkien and Middle Earth into your 5e games, and this is going to be a great collection of large format journey maps that you can use in your games. It also will have some setting information, some new rules, and guidance on making the most of your journeys through Middle Earth in Dungeons & Dragons 5e. This is a hotly anticipated 2017 release, and if you ever played the One Ring RPG, this is going to draw on some of the contents that was first seen in the Journeys and Maps book. So if you're kind of familiar with that for the One Ring, you'll know what you're going to get here. Gumsgang is saying Metal Earth, it's headbanging hobbits. And the elves will form glam rock bands. I could see that. I could see that, Gumsgang. I could. So that's all we know about it right now, but more information will be coming soon.
So all you need is to create a character and put it onto a character sheet, right?
Okay, this is like the weirdest news story of the week, I think. I got this press release from Wizards, and I'm like, really? And literally, I emailed my press contact at Wizards back, and I said, are you guys serious with this? Is this not some elaborate April Fool's joke that you're setting up now, and then on April 1st, you're going to be, just kidding. But yeah, if you need official Dungeons & Dragons character sheets from Wizards in a folder, you can buy them coming in June. I don't know why you would want to. There is like 1 million of them you can download for free and print out on the internet. But hey, if you want to buy them, here you go, I guess. I mean, the folder's really nice. It's got some cool artwork on it. But inside the pockets of the folder are lavishly illustrated. Lavishly illustrated. You will find a full set of 5th edition character sheets for use in any of your D&D campaigns. The product will include 3 additional styles of double-sided character sheets, giving veteran players options based on their individual play preferences, and of course, spell sheets for keeping track of those magical spells that you're going to use. They will also include an introductory character sheet designed specifically to help new players ease into the world of D&D. But this is just weird to me. Why do we need official character sheets in this day and age? Print them out for free on the internet, folks. Do not pay $9.99 for them. But anyway, I don't get it. I don't get it.
All right. Well, what are you going to do? Send them to hell or something?
We very well could. But you had to figure out how to get them into Pathfinder, but I'm sure you could probably do that.
Oh, okay. Because back to Pathfinder.
That's right. The Pathfinder Book of the Damned is on the way. Paizo did announce a new source book for the Pathfinder RPG, and it's going to be dealing with all things dark. It is the Book of the Damned. It is a nice hardcover book. It's going to release in September of 2017, now up for pre-order over on Paizo.com. They say the denizens of the evil planes of existence have long tempted, tormented, and tortured mortal life, from the lowest imp to the mightiest demon lord. You will learn how to fight these, how to create them, how to deal with them, how to make deals with them if you would like to. All sorts of, well, I wanted to say good information, but I think it would be all sorts
the wrong word.
all sorts of evil information will be found in this book. So yes, it's all things basically evil and dark for your Pathfinder role-playing game. Book of the Damned coming September 2017.
Yikes. Now let's see what's on the tabletop. Since we had a lot coming out of the dungeon.
We did. We had a lot from the dungeon news this week.
Right, so we'll need something on the tabletop in order to fight it off. And we'll begin with the Mask of Moai VR board game.
I was waiting for you to try to pronounce that because I have no clue. So sure, we'll go with what you say.
That looks like it's written in Japanese.
It's because it's a Japanese game, finally.
Okay.
The Mask of Moai, we'll say. And it's the second VR-based board game following the Mask of Anubius. If you recall, not too long ago, maybe about a half year ago, we talked about a virtual reality game where you would have to go into a temple and put your phone inside of a VR mask and download some free software for either Android or Apple products. And you would have to describe what you were seeing, and the other players would have to build the temple from what you were seeing in virtual reality. Well, they are back again with a brand new game, the Mask of Moai. This is going to be a cooperative game playable with 2 to 6 people. You're going to put on the Mask of Moai VR goggles that will make use of your smartphone, and scenery will spread out before you as if you are walking inside of the temple. It's up to the player wearing the mask to understand the layout of the temple and communicate to the other players using words and gestures on what they're seeing. And what you're trying to do is you are going to rescue some mysterious creatures that are trapped inside of the temple called the Rappa-Rappas. I don't know. It's a Japanese game. Go figure. It's,
Okay.
Japan is all you need to know. But the amazing thing about this, though, is after the players have mapped out this temple with tiles from how you're describing what you're seeing through the VR goggles, and once you find a Rappa-Rappa, you're going to get clay, Pineleaf. You have to remember what the Rappa-Rappa looked like that you saw, and to rescue him, you have to use the clay and form the Rappa-Rappa out of clay.
What?
Japan, it's all you need to know.
Oh, I could just tell you that requires one to have a decent memory, and B, good digital dexterity in working with clay.
Yeah, this sounds very Japanese-like, I'm telling you. It's actually going to be available in English. The Mask of Nubius was never officially released in English, but this one is going to be officially released with English rules. And the software that you need to install on your phone to make it work with the game is available for Android and Apple, and the software will be free. But of course, you actually need the board game to play it. Up for pre-order now, coming out later this year. Check it out. Mask of Moai. I don't know.
Moai.
Clay. Finally, clay.
Right. Let's head into Dice Masters. They have released 2 sets already of Dice Masters. I'm talking, of course, the D&D side. I know that there's been many more for the superhero side. But is going to be a third one, right? What's it going to be about?
We have no idea.
Oh.
They just said, hey, in September, WizKids going to release a 3rd set of D&D Dice Masters. But we don't know what it's going to be yet. It's a secret.
Shh.
It is going to be set in the Forgotten Realms. I know, shocker of all shockers, right?
Oh, they have said that much.
They have said.
Okay, I just want to make sure because so it's not going to be a planned escape then.
No, we're not going to plan any escapes with Dice Masters, finally.
Okay.
It's going to be in the Forgotten Realms somewhere doing something probably cool. But the set is going to offer some new adventures, new monsters, and new spells for the game, as well as what they're calling a new draft pack format that will be designed especially for tournament play. And they say each of these draft packs will include 2 basic action cards, 12 character or action cards, 24 dice that match the 12 cards, and a rules insert. All components can be used with the other Dungeons & Dragons Dice Master sets, which is kind of cool that they're doing that. The MSRP on the draft packs are going to be $9.99, and WizKids will be offering a special gift with purchase for the first couple weeks of the release. Any customer pre-ordering a full display, quote, I said full display, of the new Dice Master set will be eligible to receive one promo card with an alternative artwork for use in the game, only while supplies last. So new Dice Masters on the way for D&D. Don't know what it is. My guess is we'll know soon, if not by Gen Con at least.
No, by Gen Con. Like everything else.
Everything else. Going to say anything that is board game related, we'll know more at Gen Con. That's all you have to say. Remember that.
Well,
hear me saying it a lot, probably.
Very well. Then does that mean that we'll also get a monster manual?
Maybe, but we're going to get a box of monsters. Is that almost like a monster manual?
I suppose a box of monsters will do.
But this is going to be a special box of monsters because it is for the Harry Potter game.
Ooh.
And I know you played this game, Pine Leaf. Do you think you need more monsters for this game? I have not played.
Well, the game currently doesn't have monsters. It has villains.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right. That's right. Because you're going through like year by year and you're fighting the major villains of the book.
Right. So this actually, I did see a preview of this that was done by Board Game Geek at Gamma, probably, or at a trade show.
Gamma would have been the last trade, so yeah, it was
right.
Gamma.
So they were previewing that and showing this, giving a little bit of teaser on this, and they were talking about, of course, how the monsters are, how they're a little bit different because some monsters you get by using influence instead of by outright combat, like you do when you get over villains. And also they announced that they will be having a playable Luna Lovegood.
Is that a good thing? I've never read the books nor watched the movies.
That's been a lot of people. I actually saw within a couple of weeks of the release of this game where some people were posting their versions of let's add a Luna Lovegood.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I know she's a semi-regular one. She's obviously not as major as Ron, Harry, and Hermione, but an interesting character.
The Harry Potter Hogwarts Battle, the Monster Box of Monsters. That is a tongue twister to say. Will include more than 150 cards for the game. As an expansion, you will need a copy of the base game to play it. $29.95 MSRP, and it's releasing at Gen Con.
At Gen Con. Oh, well, like everything else.
Exactly. It's either A, more information will be found at Gen Con, or we're going to release it at Gen Con. That's all you need to remember until Gen Con is over, because that's pretty much all you're going to hear from every company known to man.
Well, there might be one or two that might say Origins instead of Gen Con, right?
Possibly, yes. I always forget.
Well, maybe
Origins.
That would have been true 15 years ago. Less likely today.
True. But still, Origins, well, yeah, because there has been some pretty major releases, but I think if it's like a major title and you really want to get the most quote unquote bang for your buck on your release, you're going to do it at Gen Con.
Well, because I remember the one Origins I was at was the one where they released the first English edition of Settlers of Catan.
Well, you can't get much more major than that. So There you go. Yeah.
So back then, yes, you could occasionally get a major release on that day. All right, let's head into our week in gaming, and I'm sure that you are up to some sneaky connivance.
Okay, that's one way to put it. Sure, why not? Yes, on my level 16 rogue, and that is my rogue that I'm playing with my friend. We did the Dragon Blood Prophecy. And that, of course, is the 2 new quests, the newcomers in Black and Blue. We did that after I remembered it was a paid pack and not a free-to-play pack.
Okay.
He is a premium player, and he's like, I can't get in there. It says I don't own the content. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And then I was like, no. So I did something I've never done before. I went to the store and I bought a guest pass.
Oh.
And I raged for a second because, in my hastiness, I didn't read the tooltip and I couldn't figure out how to use it at first because I thought, oh, well, I got to trade it to him. Well, it said it wasn't tradable. And then I thought, okay, I got to maybe mail it to him. And then it said it wasn't mailable. And then I said some very bad, naughty words. My friend can attest to what I said. And then I was like, all right, I'm going to look at this one more time. Yeah, and then I'm going to contact customer support and I'm going to get my 70 turbine, or I'm sorry. Dang it, I did it. I didn't think I was going to do it, but I did it. My 70 DDO points back. We need like a swear type jar. Every time we say like, turbine points, we need to put like a quarter in the jar and see how rich we are by the end of the year. But anyway, so I read the tooltip and I'm like, oh, hey, look, this is how you use it. So once I finally figured out how to use it, it worked great. So he could actually pop in the quests then. So we did those quests. The newcomers, I liked it.
You did?
Well, kind of. Yeah.
I thought that you would have trouble with it.
He's the one that did the puzzle.
Oh, okay.
But I really liked the jumping puzzle part of it where, you had the air jets and you had to jump on the things. And I liked that a lot. That was kind of fun. And it took us a moment to figure out how to do it because we're like, well, I don't understand how we're supposed to get over there. And then we kind of figured it out and that was fun. And then we tried it one way and it didn't work. And then it took us a while to figure it out. But yeah, so that was fun. The puzzle, yeah, I guess if you're into Simon, you'd like the puzzle. I mean, I didn't mind that puzzle too bad, but he just did it because it's like an unwritten rule. When you play DDO with me, if there's a puzzle, I don't do it. I don't care what kind of puzzle it is. So anybody I'm with, I'm always like, okay, puzzle, you're up, go. Pine Leaf should be used to that. I always do that because, we're always running down through the dungeon. I'm like, whoa, puzzle, Pine Leaf, your turn.
Yes.
And I just kind of like hang out and go, are you done yet? 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 Come on, are you done yet? So yeah, but I liked them. Of course, I had done Black and Blue before, so it was fun. I like the quests. They're like fun little dungeon crawls. I know there's a lot of people on the forums complaining about them, but I don't see why to complain about them. I like them.
They're complaining about them?
Yeah, of course they are.
Why?
Because they reuse stuff they've used before. There's the dumb puzzle again. There's yada, yada, yada. They're too easy. Forums, what are you going to do? Well, I think I've alienated so far Standing Stone Games because I told them their festival sucked. I pretty much made fun of everybody on the forums. We're going to have like no listeners left by the time this episode releases. So if I offended anybody, I am truly sorry for offending you. I didn't mean to.
Oh, I thought you said if you left out somebody.
Oh, well, that's true too. Let's see. Who else can I offend? Who haven't I offended yet? No. So yeah. So we did those. Those were fun. I enjoyed them. And then on my Dragonborn that I just created, my Warlock, I finished up the Sharn Syndicate with doing the Bookbinder's Rescue, Repossession, and Come Out and Slay. Did all those on Elite. And I did the Bookbinder's Rescue different this time. Because if you remember, a while back, we talked about how I didn't know that you could like climb up the ladder and you could actually start the quest from upstairs and not downstairs. So I actually did that this time. And that was the first time I did that. And I don't know, it didn't really play that much different to me. I mean, it was the same quest, but it was just weird to go start up top instead of at the bottom, I guess.
I just remember I got killed a lot faster when I did that.
Oh, yeah, no. Well, see, I was, Warlock, so I was just like, hey, blast, you're dead. Fire breath, you're dead. So, yeah. I'm telling you, a Warlock with a blast and a fire breath, you're awesome. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah?
That I did I started on the seal. Man, I cannot talk. The Seal of Shantakor. I'm running that on Elite. I did the Sacred Helm and the Cloven Jaw Scourge Blockade. And that's all I had time to play this week, other than what I did with you. So what did we do, and what were you up to this week, Piney?
Well, we'll begin with what I did with you, the Gnome Warlock, level 16, where we went to Reavers Refuge and first did Asikarax Valley, which nice to meet our old friend Asikarax again.
Yeah, it was so funny too because there is like, well, I guess I can spoil it now because that's like a really old quest now. It's just funny because we had finished the quest and I was just standing there kind of looking around and I told Pine Leaf, I'm like, you have to come over here, and he like ran over and he just started laughing. I don't think I've ever heard Pine Leaf laugh so much. That's because we found the frozen mind flayer.
Yeah.
You'll know why that's funny if you've done Korthos before. So yeah.
Yeah. It's hard for someone not to have done Misery Speak at some time.
That's very true. So if you can remember way back when, because most people are not like Pine Leaf and don't do it every character. Yeah, you kind of run into that dragon again, and possibly somebody you've seen in Misery Speak. So yeah, I liked it. And actually, this is the first time that I'm ever running any of the Reavers Refuge quest. So it's kind of interesting actually trying to learn a new quest with Pine Leaf, because usually I have done the quest before Pine Leaf most of the time. And this time it's like they're new to both of us. So it's pretty fun. So far I'm enjoying it. I enjoyed that one.
That one was fun, as I said. And meeting the dragon again.
Yeah.
And then we also did Prey on the Hunter, and there was one point where we were at what I call the intersection of 1,000 giants. And at one point I decided, all right, they must be telling us, get out of this location, or they're going to do it forever. We left that spot and they stopped spawning. So whether it was by coincidence we left at the time which they stopped spawning anyway, or you're not supposed to stand there, or you'll be just fighting forever. I'm not too sure which, but
I don't know. But there were so many giants.
Yeah, boy.
So many giants. Oh my God. We were killing giants for like 5 minutes. I kid you not. And finally, Pine Leaf's like, just run, man. Just run.
Yes. That's it. Enough.
So we survived, though. Somehow we actually survived.
Then on my monk, I went to House Philaran, where I ran Path to Whisper Doom and the Spawn of Whisper Doom. And the Path of Whisper Doom was real pain because you get in there and there must have been 5 or 6 of these Carthol mutts in there. And nothing is more of a pain than having 5 or 6 dogs all trying to trip you at the same time. Monk, high balance skill. And I was constantly being tripped.
I got nothing for you, sorry.
Yeah, that was just starting that was a pain. After that, it wasn't too much of a problem. Occasionally we had mutts in there and stuff like that, but that opening was really painful. Then of course I went to Spawn of Whisper Doom, and there is something that they could really use in that dungeon. And a second shrine.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I kind of agree. It would be nice to have at least one more shrine in there. Just one.
Yeah, that was the first time I did that dungeon. So I was like, oh good grief.
Really? You have never done Spawn of... We've never ran that?
No, we never ran it.
Why did we never run that?
We always ran the other Whisper Doom one, the one that you have in Tangleroot Gorge.
Oh, okay.
But we forgot. Apparently, I didn't know about Spawn of Whisper Doom until I did it. I think I always heard rumors that there was another Whisper Doom dungeon somewhere that was a real pain, and I guess this is one you're talking about. Probably because of that shrine not being there, because my cleric, of course, kept on running out of power.
Well, so of course, naturally, as they often do.
Yes, they often do. But eventually, yes, I did finish that. Then on my Dragonborn, I did some quests in the harbor, Bringing the Light, Cerulean Hills, Information is Key, and then I did the Kobold's Den quests in the Waterworks, and that seemed to work pretty well. And of course, it's always nice to see kobolds getting all electrocuted at the same time.
Using that dragon breath, are you?
Yeah, that dragon breath really comes in nice and handy. And then on the tabletop, I was playing more one deck dungeon, trying to defeat that lich, and I'm getting better and better at that boss fight, but not quite enough.
Well, as I said before, it's a lich after all.
Oh, yeah. That's a real pain. But anyway, so maybe someday I'll be able to defeat this monster, but this is not the day. We currently have 22 supporters on Patreon. If you'd like to help support DDO players, simply go to the donations page where you can support the Players Alliance on Patreon. There you'll find rewards, including a mention on the podcast of your choice, or even be a guest with us here on an episode of DDO Players News. This week we did not receive any emails, but if you'd like to send us one, you can send it to podcast at ddoplayers.com. You could also follow us at Twitter, the Players Alliance at Players Ally, DDO Players at DDO Players, Draculetta at Draculetta_72, Pineleaf at Pineleaf Needles. The Players Alliance has 4 live shows. Every Monday at 8:30 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time, we have DDO Players News. On the first and third Fridays at 11 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time, we have XP Quest. On the last Friday of each month, we have Lotro Academy After School, which is going to be, of course, this Friday since it'll be the 31st. And on the every Saturday at 8:30 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time, we have Lotro Players News. You can join us for our live shows at ddoplayers.com/live. And that is all for tonight. This is Pineleaf Needles reminding you to quest responsibly.